clear the air.
There's no air to be cleared. I said what I said. He proves me wrong. He proves me wrong. I mean, good for him. But I do think the two best teams are in the West.
What's good, everyone? First, big respect to the New York Knicks for ending that 53-year championship drought. Historic moment. But some of y'all fans, we need to have a real conversation. If you were out there jumping people just because they had on a rival team's jersey, that's not it. That's not how you represent New York. You can celebrate your team, absolutely, but putting your hands on someone for wearing different colors, you crossed the line and you know it. And if that person had fought back and cleared the crowd, your family would have been on the news talking about what a great kid you were. Don't let it get there. Find a better way to celebrate. Now, Becky Hammon has been getting roasted online ever since Jalen Brunson led the Knicks to that title and walked away with Finals MVP. She went on record saying small guards couldn't lead a team to a championship, and she called Jalen Brunson out by name. Now that he's done exactly that, was she wrong? We're getting into all of it. Hit that subscribe button and stay locked in. Let's go.
Stuck do you think the Knicks are here in the Eastern Conference?
Well, I certainly agree with you. They're not getting into that tier. They don't have enough personnel. They don't have the manpower that they need to hang with those guys. I think you're going to get a consistent team like they've been. They're a pretty good team. They're well coached. They're going to be on their defensive game. But at the end of the day, they don't have a dude. You got to have a dude. You got to have a 1A dude. And they're missing that at the end of the day if we're just getting down to brass taxes. Sorry.
I didn't want to disagree with Becky today, but they do have their dude.
Who?
Jalen Brunson.
No, he's too small.
But here's the thing, and that's
Didn't they say about you?
But you know what?
They say that about you. You're a Hall of Famer.
I got a philosophy. Can I say my philosophy?
Go ahead.
If your best player is small, you're not winning. John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, you could go down the list. Steph Curry is the only.
But he's not that small. He's not that small. He's like 6'3".
But also, though, I mean, he's the greatest shooter to ever walk the planet. He's in an outlier class.
Okay.
She is right. History says she is right.
Okay, but we're living in a new age, okay, new day.
For what?
You're taking a little bit of grief from what you said about Jalen Brunson.
You are. I'm not big enough.
I never said, hey.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying.
No, I mean, I speak from experience, and I never, Allen Iverson got MVP, and he lost in the finals, and I think the two best teams are probably in the West, but I'm up for being proven wrong. And that's the other thing is I think Jalen Brunson's a hell of a player, hell of a player. I'm speaking historically on the NBA. With what I said, I don't know why that's being brought. Like why everybody's so stuck on that. I said it 2 years ago. I stand by it.
I'm letting you clear the air.
There's no air to be cleared. I said what I said. He proves me wrong. He proves me wrong. I mean, good for him. But I do think the two best teams are in the West.
We know who you like, right?
Oh, well, you know who I'm cheering for.
Why couldn't Kenyon Martin just say what he really meant? Everyone knows he wanted to tell her to stay in her lane and focus on the WNBA, but he danced around it. For someone with that tough guy reputation, he sure chose his words carefully. And as far as questioning her qualifications, that's a stretch. Brandon Jennings actually pulled up her resume, and it's stronger than most people sitting on that couch. Here's the thing about Kenyon, though. The moment someone turns the spotlight on him, he folds. Bring up his stutter, he gets defensive. Mention he lost 2 finals, he gets upset. Point out he only made 1 All-Star team despite being a #1 overall pick, same reaction. But he has no problem telling someone else they don't belong in the conversation. Honestly, by NBA achievement standards, that entire couch is full of underachievers, Kenyon especially. #1 pick, 1 All-Star selection, 0 championships. So couldn't someone make the same argument that he doesn't deserve a seat on Gil's show? The finger pointing goes both ways. Nobody has a perfect resume. At least she has one. And let's be real. Everybody on that show chases hot takes for views. She's not the only one who said something questionable. Now, Gil had his own thoughts on the matter. Let's hear what he had to say.
I think Becky Hammon has to say, let's start there, right? Let her stick on that side of the basketball. I'm dead ass. Like, why would he pay attention to anything she has to say? Yeah. Like, who cares what Becky Hammon has to say about Jalen?
She was Pop's first assistant for
so I don't care. Yeah. I could care less. Don't get me started on that skill.
Is Greg gonna have to Popovich?
Listen, don't get me started.
Wasn't nice? Yeah, but
don't no.
it's Monday. We kind of want to get you started.
No, trust me. There are plenty of other people that could have been sitting in that seat. Let's start there. But to Jalen Brunson's credit, kept his eye on the prize, right? Didn't waver. Second round pick, was overlooked. He's the heart of a champion.
Why couldn't Kenyon Martin just say what he really meant? Everyone knows he wanted to tell her to stay in her lane and focus on the WNBA, but he danced around it. For someone with that tough guy reputation, he sure chose his words carefully. And as far as questioning her qualifications, that's a stretch. Brandon Jennings actually pulled up her resume, and it's stronger than most people sitting on that couch. Here's the thing about Kenyon, though. The moment someone turns the spotlight on him, he folds. Bring up his stutter, he gets defensive. Mention he lost 2 finals, he gets upset. Point out he only made 1 All-Star team despite being a #1 overall pick, same reaction. But he has no problem telling someone else they don't belong in the conversation. Honestly, by NBA achievement standards, that entire couch is full of underachievers, Kenyon especially. #1 pick, 1 All-Star selection, 0 championships. So couldn't someone make the same argument that he doesn't deserve a seat on Gil's show? The finger-pointing goes both ways. Nobody has a perfect resume. At least she has one. And let's be real. Everybody on that show chases hot takes for views. She's not the only one who said something questionable. Now, Gil had his own thoughts on the matter. Let's hear what he had to say.
Got Becky Hammon, we know what she said. What she said, you can't fault her for because what she's going off of is the history of the NBA. And the history said, the comments against Brunson, there's only been 2. Isaiah Thomas, who had heart. Grit, heart, and the will. The next one was a light-skinned boy named Wardell. Wendell. But they called him Chef because he cooked. And his will and heart being small and skinny and frail turned him into the second under 6'4" guard to lead a team to a championship. And then here comes Brunson. And in the 4th quarter, the game is won by a player who is determined and who has the will to slow the game down and hyper-focus on moments, shots. And if you ever look at Brunson's resume for the last 5 years, I think, well, since he's been on the Knicks, probably when he was in Dallas also, that last year in Dallas. In the playoffs, he's led in 4th quarter points. In big shot moments, or not 4th quarter points, but probably, what is that new stat they have? Clutch. I'm pretty sure he is top #1 every year in the last 5 years in clutch points in the 4th quarter.
And that's exactly the point. History shows it's rarely the small point guard lifting the finals MVP trophy. We all see where the league is heading. Everybody wants lineups full of players 6'6" and above. That's why elite 3 and D defenders are so hard to find. Nobody's letting those guys walk. That's why the Knicks went out and got OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Perfect balance around Brunson. All those traded picks, they paid off. Now, throughout all of this, Brunson has had one consistent supporter in the media who's been riding with him for years. Let's take a look at who that is, because it might actually surprise you.
Look at who it is. It might surprise y'all.
Damn it. Look, this is not an individual sport. It's a team sport. My bold take is that the New York Knicks are going to have the best record, not just in the Eastern Conference, in the entire NBA in the regular season. They're going to have the best record in the league. I mean, when you think about what Big Body Brunson did last year, best player in the Eastern Conference.
Shout out to Kendrick Perkins. He actually got one right. Out of all the takes he throws out there, even a broken clock is right twice a day. But credit where it's due, because it turns out Becky's comments may have actually fueled Brunson. He went on Instagram Live and made it clear he was grateful for the doubt, because all it did was push him to work harder. Sometimes that's all the motivation you need. And again, big respect to the Knicks for bringing that title home. You probably just gave Cowboys fans false hope for this season, thinking if the Knicks can end a drought, maybe they can too. We all know how that usually goes, though. Appreciate everyone who stayed locked in through the whole video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and notification button. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.